Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. CGOD at Camber God, back again. 2008 Ultra Classic. So today we're gonna do basically like a little bit of modification with some maintenance, kind of. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to pull the fairing off again, or at least just the outer fairing cover. So not terrible, because we got these fairing mounted mirrors. Because I didn't want to run them on the bars, you know what I mean? And as you can see, I got this little wire terminal here. So what we're going to be doing with that is we got some bigger wire here that we're going to use to power the Sony DSX M80. Being that it has like a built-in amplifier, you know, 400 watts or whatever the heck. They recommend you upgrade the wiring. So we're going to run power and ground off the battery straight to the head unit with the bigger wire. And I figured while I have the outer fairing off again, I'm going to take the time to grease the neck bearings because they probably have never been greased. I think like every 40,000 miles, 50,000 miles or something like that, you know, they want you to do it. I heard people do it even like 10,000 miles, but I'm pretty sure it's never been done. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Hopefully we can run the wiring pretty easy through the tank, and should be pretty simple, boys. So first off, have to remove the seat, which is just a Phillips head screw in the back. And then for the fairing itself, it's just a bunch of these Torx bolts. So it's going to be like 3 here, and I believe like this one on the side, and then there's like 2 hidden ones, so shouldn't be terrible. I'm going to go ahead and get on it though. So it was a tad bit more tedious work than I thought to be able to run the power and ground wire for the radio. So basically, I mean, you look at the size of this wire, and you know what I mean, some big dog stuff. And then this is what it came with. That's the yellow, and the black is the power and ground, right? So I mean, not very big. I want to say it's probably like 16 gauge, and this is 12 gauge. So the way we did it, I ran it underneath the tank, you know what I mean, to be able to keep the wires hidden and protected. I did indeed have to unbolt the tank and fully like lift it up to be able to run it. But basically it comes down. We're gonna put the ground lug right here, which will attach to the negative there, and that'll attach to the positive over there. You know, probably tuck that wire a little bit, pop a 15 gauge fuse in it, and should be good to go after that. But for now, unfortunately, I gotta go to work, so we're gonna continue this tomorrow. And for the mirrors, you could see inside of here, well, probably in this one maybe a little bit better, but nah, you probably can't see it at all. But there's like some casting marks, you know, like in the plastic. So I'm assuming that's about where it goes, but we're gonna do a little bit of test fitting and stuff, because if you look, it's going to require like 2 holes to be able to mount it. So like one will be like the initial mounting bolt, and the other one is just to like keep it aligned. So by the looks of it, I don't really know. I mean, this one is obviously, you know, going to go over here. Damn, they're going to look big. So yeah, we're going to have to do that. Drill a hole. They'll be in a little bit more, so it won't look as weird. My bad, I think you guys were probably out of focus this whole time, but something about like so, you know. But they're going to be more in, like I said, so it won't look as weird. And then, yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and tie in this cable here. So, I mean, as you can see, I got 4 foot of it, and it's a bit long, so I'm going to cut some of it off. I was hoping that I could reach the grease zerk for the neck bearings right here, but it doesn't appear to be there. So unfortunately that idea is chalked, but I had this bad boy over here getting ready to grease it. But yeah, so basically I had to remove all this stuff to get it to this point, and yeah, kind of a mission, but it'll be alright. Got it all taken apart. So basically, after I get these wired in, I'm going to go ahead and start drilling the holes. assuming that those holes are somewhat equal, you know, I'm just send it and we'll find out if it's good or not. But yeah, let me get to it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and connected it already. So basically, I mean, power, ground, you know, yellow, black, spliced them together, heat shrinked them, connected them to the factory harness, plugged it in. Coming on over here, we've got a ground, maybe. There you go, we've got the ground, got the power running over, put a 15 amp fuse in there, got the power running off the battery. So power and ground running off the battery. And I mean, obviously, you know, I tried it before, so it does indeed work. You know what I mean? However, I'm not gonna play music for you guys due to the fact that I don't want to get hit with a copyright again, like I did with the initial install of the radio. But it does indeed kind of sound louder, but I might just be tripping, or maybe it's because the fairing is off. I don't know, but it sounds good. It'll play at max volume. You know what I mean? I'll probably try and give her a test whirl today and see what it's all about. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start juking on these mirrors. So it's a couple of holes you have to drill. There's like a main bolt hole and then this little like alignment stud. So both of those will have to get drilled out. And as I tried to show you guys yesterday, there is like a little casting mark in the plastic. It's like right here. So it's just like a little circle. I don't know whether to go off of that or not. And yeah, so basically I'm gonna just try my hand at it and see how it goes. But I'm gonna get to drilling and I'll bring y'all back. Okay, so we got one side fully installed and completed. I mean, it kind of looks a little funky, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna like stick out as much, but I mean, I've sat on the bike, you know, and was able to see what you're able to see from the back. And I mean, it's not terrible, you know. I just didn't have mirrors, you know. I've been riding with no mirrors for a little while and it's kind of scary. So basically, like I said, went ahead and drilled the holes out. Probably see it better from this side. Got our holes drilled out in the fairing. And the way I did it, I just went ahead and took a step bit. Well, like I drilled a pilot hole, you know, but then I used a step bit, which is one of these, and kind of just kept boring it until it fit. And then I used the nut, or I guess it's like a washer type deal. Come out here. So I used this piece to go ahead and get like the bottom hole. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's all just eyeballed in, but it fits pretty well. I got the both sides test fitted, you know, and they look okay. So I mean, I'm gonna have mirrors now at least, and at least they're chrome, you know. It's some more chrome just sticking off the side of the bike, so that's all right. But basically, it'll go on, you know, just like so. There you have it. One thing I will say is I got these from eBay, like super cheap. So they have a slight gap. Kind of hard to see, but you know what I mean? There's a little gap here from the fairing. But it's not terrible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone who will notice it really. But if you go genuine Harley, they'll probably fit better and they'll come with a template. However, I've read that some guys mount them like higher and more out than the template says, so that they're able to see better behind them or whatever. So that's essentially like what I was going for, but it looks like it's like a fine line between, you know, seeing better and it looking funny, you know, or the fitment portion of it, because you got these contours of the fairing here. So I mean, I don't really know. Would I recommend it? Probably not. Would I do it again? Probably not. But this other side's not mounted up, you know what I mean? But this is basically like the view. So they stick out a little bit off the side, which is okay, you know what I mean? Because you'll be able to see behind you. And since I got these big Bad Daddy bars, you know what I mean? I could see clear behind me. If you have factory bars, they're literally probably like right here, you know, right in the way. So just be wary of that, you know, whatever you plan to do. But I didn't want to put mirrors on the bars all the way up there because I think it just looks silly. I like the clean bar look, so that's why I went this route. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side up though, and then I'll bring you guys back to wrap up this video. Well, there she is. Should have the tunes juking. Should be able to see behind me now. I also went ahead and installed these pieces back on, which is like a wind deflector, I guess. So, I mean, they had it on the bike whenever I got it, but I wasn't really feeling them at the time. But if you look on the sides, so it's got like these 4 Torx bolts, right? You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't want to just leave those as open holes, so I put the bolts back, but it was starting to irk me because they don't sit flush with the fairing. They're not like inset at all, so they would just stick out, you know, and there was no purpose for them. I thought they were like holding on the outer fairing, but they don't. So I went ahead and put that deflector back on. But basically, you know what I mean? There you have it. A little bit of mirror action. Got it all put back together. Hopefully she's good and ready. The radio is gonna need tuned up because I disconnected the power, you know, so. But yeah, baby, that's how you do it. Install the mirrors, wire the stereo, and install the little wind deflectors. And that's gonna be it for today, let me tell you, boys, because I gotta go to work. So, you know, pray for me that I'll be okay, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.